Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. So, a couple big news stories dropped today, and I wanted to make sure you guys knew all about it. Let's just jump right in. So, apparently, there's a rumor going around that the Uncharted franchise is being rebooted from the ground up, and it's going to be an entirely new team that's going to be working on the project. So, I saw this in an article in PlayStation Universe where they say the Uncharted franchise is being rebooted. Naughty Dog's expected to initially assist a brand new team. So going into a little further, they say Sony is rebooting the Uncharted franchise at an unknown developer, according to a report on the leak.co website, which has a decent track record with various game related gossip. It goes on to say while Naughty Dog is expected to assist the new team initially, the Sony owned developer is not expected to be involved in the new Uncharted project beyond that. A separate article on Inside Gaming states that it was unable to corroborate this report, but it has heard rumblings of something related to Uncharted and Uncharted reboot in the past. So I just wanted to let you guys know about this. This is very interesting. Obviously, Uncharted is a beloved franchise, critically acclaimed, that has sold tens of millions over its life cycle on multiple consoles, all the way back to the PS3, I believe, with the first Uncharted game. I'm kind of torn on this one. I would love to know how you guys feel about this. Personally, I don't see a need for an Uncharted reboot. I really don't. I would much rather see a brand new series from Naughty Dog or any other team. I would like to see them focus their efforts on something new and something different, or even a new Uncharted game, just not necessarily a reboot. I would like to see something brand new or something that digs deeper into the franchise or the lore or the world of Uncharted, maybe. But then again, we had that recent remake of The Last of Us um, for PlayStation 5. And initially, a lot of folks didn't really like it too much and they weren't too enthused about it until they saw the remake and they saw the advances that it made. And it looked pretty good. So even though I'm a little lukewarm on this one, I don't want to discount them too much. I believe if Naughty Dog and Sony is going to approve something like this, they must like what they see initially. And we'll wait and see how this thing comes out. I would like to see them focus their efforts on something else, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for right now. We'll wait and see. And we'll see if this rumor turns out to be true and see if it has legs and some validity down the road. So, moving along in other news, Microsoft apparently just signed a tentative agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo and Steam platforms for the next 10 years. So, this is obviously a very big deal. We all know that Microsoft and Sony are currently battling over the rights of Call of Duty. Microsoft has just made a bid to purchase Activision Blizzard for $70 billion, and they're currently in a battle in the court systems with regulators digging into the deal, seeing if there is some sort of monopoly happening here, but that remains to be seen. So Phil Spencer put out a tweet earlier discussing this new deal, saying Microsoft has entered into a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo following the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft is committed to helping bring more games to more people, however they choose to play. And another executive at Microsoft, Brad Smith, also chimed in and said, our acquisition will bring Call of Duty to more gamers and more platforms than ever before. That's good for competition and good for consumers. Thank you, Nintendo. They also say, any day Sony wants to sit down and talk, we're happy to hammer out a 10-year deal for PlayStation as well. So what this appears to be is a strong move by Microsoft. It is definitely a bold move by them to make this sort of a deal with Nintendo and Steam, a 10-year contract with both companies to bring Call of Duty to their platforms. I don't necessarily know, and I don't necessarily feel that this deal will have a major impact or have the impact that Microsoft expects it to have. Listen, Microsoft wants to use this as leverage in this negotiation to say, here, look, this is what we're doing. We're signing deals with major companies to bring Call of Duty to more players, to more people, and we're going to be friendly, we're going to be nice, and we're going to do great things with the major titles and platforms that we purchase in the future. You can trust us. Unfortunately, we all know that Nintendo and their platform has never had a huge presence of first person shooters and free to play games. Nintendo has never been big on Call of Duty or any other first person shooter. That has never been them. And it's not to say that there aren't some gamers who enjoy first person shooters on the Nintendo platform, but it's never been a big thing there. And also, when it comes to Steam and the PC platform in general, that they've always had a pretty close relationship with Microsoft, and Steam and in the PC platform has always had a very good relationship with first-person shooters. So I don't really see how this deal changes much. I don't necessarily see that the deal had to go through with Nintendo or Steam because, like I said, Steam has always had a good relationship and has been big in the first person shooter space. I don't believe anyone among us believes that with the Activision Blizzard deal by Microsoft, Call of Duty would somehow be taken off of Steam or PC platforms. Also, I don't believe that any of us thought that all of a sudden Nintendo would become a giant place where all of a sudden Call of Duty and other first person shooters are played. I don't think either of them are going to happen. I don't think it changes much on the PC side or on the Nintendo side, to be honest. So thus, I don't see that the deal had to be made here, but I don't see a negative from it either. In other words, I think it's a good thing for Microsoft to do. I think it's a good gesture for them to make to try and show regulators that they're trying to do good things with the games and with the publishers and the platforms that they purchase. However, I don't really see it swaying regulators in regards to the Activision Blizzard deal. I don't see it having a major impact or pushing Sony to also sign a deal, let's say. Personally, I believe regulators will not have an issue with Microsoft owning Call of Duty, but I also believe they will make sure that Microsoft cannot change the way Call of Duty is delivered in any way to PlayStation players. I personally think that's where they'll meet in the middle. And I don't necessarily think what Microsoft's done today with Nintendo and Steam will have a big effect on the battle that Microsoft has with Sony. I don't think regulators will see it that way. I think they will dig deep into this and it will be mostly much ado about nothing. I could be wrong. This could make regulators urge Sony now to sign a 10-year deal. Maybe. But personally, I don't feel that things will lean in that direction. I don't. I think the battle between Sony and Microsoft will continue, and regulators will force both sides to meet somewhere in the middle. I don't think a 10-year deal is that meeting in the middle. I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll continue to monitor the situation, and I'll let you guys know if there are any more developments as soon as they arise. What do you guys think about all of this? Let me know. Thanks for being here. Catch you later.